Shannon Sharpe, Ocho, and Johnny Manziel say Coach Prime must leave Colorado due to a lack of resources. Boy, do I got a lot to say about this, but take a listen to this take.
But they ain't got the players, huh? They don't have the players. You don't have the players to compete. That's it. And the ones that are there, they're making mistakes that you can't make. You can't overcome the mistakes that they're making. The decision making, especially at the quarterback position, that's very important.
The question is, does he got to get out of there? Because it's going to take a lot of money, a couple years to get guys in the program to be able to compete in the trenches like that. Because the talent you're playing and the teams you're playing aren't SEC caliber. What happens when you get into the playoff and you play one of these top dogs? It ain't going to go very well. So it poses a question.
You're not.
He got to go.
Yeah.
Let's dive into this because I got a lot to say here. I believe that if Colorado put more of an intent specifically into their high school recruiting and specifically from the state of Colorado, really, they will benefit and head in a better direction going forward. Right now, I believe we're seeing the effects of the completely leaning into the transfer portal and recruiting heavily. And it's not necessarily a lack of talent nor a lack of resources, but it is the lack of high school recruiting and lack of intent in high school recruiting, specifically from the state of Colorado, that is. The state of Colorado is known for breeding great linemen, great linebackers, etc., trench play. Yet Colorado has let several notable high school prospects in the state of Colorado leave in the past 3 seasons. Names such as Tanner Turk, linebacker from Littleton, Colorado, went to Nebraska. Gage Ginther, product of Big Matt 6-year academy from Falsa Ridge and Fort Collins, who went to Tennessee in 2024. Go down the list. Deacon Schmidt from Windsor, another Big Matt 6-year academy product who went to Oklahoma this year. Brett Coolidge, IMG Academy product, but he's from the state of Colorado, goes to USC. Let me make this clear. This isn't because Colorado can't recruit these players. It's because Colorado has chosen to not recruit them, at least to this point, or at least to the point of landing them. And in this day and age of NIL, money factors in the equation, but also a committed effort to going after these players, which I seriously question from Colorado the past 3 seasons. Now, I want to dive into something. Let's compare some numbers here. Coach Prime versus Matt Rule, transfer portal numbers over the past 3 seasons. Now, I dived into this with Alcorn State Coach Leroy Frederick this week on my show. Over the last 3 years, Coach Prime and Matt Rule are both in year 3 at respective programs. Both have landed a 5-star quarterback. Rule has Dylan Raiola, who started the past 2 seasons for them. Coach Prime, Colorado, have Julian Lewis, who we have really yet to see in a big capacity here, but I think they should start him going forward. Matt Rule obviously has been a proponent of high school recruiting. He brought in 12 transfers in 2023, 9 transfers in 2024, and only 17 in 2025, compared to Coach Prime, who leads heavily into the portal here, bringing in 52 transfers in 2023, 43 transfers in 2024, and 33 in 2025. I hope this changes going forward, but let's continue to what the Nightcap crew had to say about Coach Prime leaving CU, including Johnny Manziel saying, if you can't win with Coach Prime, you can't win with nobody. Take a listen.
You got to have the personnel to capture those moments you're talking about. Johnny, you got to have the personnel. You got to have them dogs. At least 2 or 3.
We wouldn't be talking about Colorado if Prime wasn't there. We wouldn't even be talking about Colorado if Prime wasn't there. They wouldn't even be nowhere on the radar.
You don't have the resources to get, you know what I'm saying?
If you can't do it with Prime, you can't do it with no one.
Ooh. I don't agree with this, Johnny Manziel, and let me explain why here. As I've explained this entire episode, I believe Colorado, if they lean into high school recruiting, things will be improved for the future. With the spring portal window gone, Colorado almost has no choice but to put more resources into high school recruiting and at least lead into it, period. You can't go get a Caden Salter. You can't go get 3 new offensive line starters to plug and play in the spring. That reality is gone, so things will have to change. Now, with that said, I want to show another clip of Zane D'Souza, who's currently a freshman tight end for Colorado. He's from Loveland High School in the state of Colorado, and he describes what it's like to be recruited by Coach Prime on Matt McChesney and I's 0 to 60 podcast. Take a listen, folks.
What was that meeting like with you and your folks when you went up there and had that official meeting with Coach Prime before when the offer came and then all of the commitment stuff?
So the first question I asked him was, are you going to be here next year? And he was like, okay. He's like, are you going to come and transfer? And I was like,
ooh.
I I didn't have anything to do with that.
Shit.
He was like, you're more prone to transfer than I am to leave. He's like, I've already went to the NFL. I've already done all that. I don't want the NFL. I'm fine where I am right now. If I'll retire right now at CU. I'm fine.
That brings me to my final point here. Johnny Manziel, Nightcap crew here. This is why I disagree with you guys saying Coach Prime should leave CU. You want Coach Prime, but you just heard tell Zane D'Souza while recruiting him to basically, you heard what he said about the portal here. You want Coach Prime to hit the transfer portal himself? I don't agree with that. No, we ain't going to do that. Instead, Colorado should lean into high school recruiting and use that as the base to build their roster going forward. Not saying they don't go after portal guys here, but they must change their basis of developing their roster from transfer portal to high school recruiting going forward, especially with that spring portal window being gone, narrowed to one transfer portal window. I believe also, I will say this about Coach Prime here, give him a ton of credit. And I mean, he's gone through unimaginable circumstances here. He has sacrificed a ton to be still coaching for CU this season specifically. He beat bladder cancer, obviously, in the offseason. And personally, I don't see him leaving Colorado for another job. I just don't. I think he's gone through so much just to be able to coach this season at Colorado. Also think about it. He's been with his two sons his entire coaching career here. Now he has got the challenge of being without them here. I just don't see him taking another challenge outside of the school he's already been at, established. He has full autonomy thanks to Rick George, the athletic director there. I just don't see him leaving Colorado for another coaching job. I believe he retires as a Colorado Buffaloes head coach whenever that time may be here. I'll leave that in the air. But let me know in the comment section whether you agree or disagree with Ocho, Manziel, the Nightcap crew about why Coach Prime should leave Colorado. They had an interesting reason there. If you guys are watching, go ahead and pound that like button, subscribe, become a member of the Bailey Price Media Army today. Go and follow us on Instagram here, TikTok, Twitter at The Bailey Price and Bailey Price Media today. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys tomorrow here on Bailey Price Media Live. Enjoy your Tuesday,